Hey guys, it's Mark from Migraine Professional. I used to suffer from migraines and headaches until about 5 years ago when I figured out how to beat them, and I've been migraine free ever since. Now I teach other people how to do the same, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the threshold effect for migraines and headaches. Now the threshold is the point at which our body can no longer maintain homeostasis or maintain normal balance. So what happens between all of the stressors and the triggers that our body takes in and processes, and the ability and the support that our body has to remove those stresses, to release triggers and stresses, and to rebuild itself and to cope with those, between those two there is a level of tension. That is known as our threshold effect. And so this is easiest understood through a funnel. So in the funnel, we have the triggers at the top here. We have our hormones, we have our intolerances, whether that be to the environment or to food. We have our gut, because gut plays a very large role in how much ability we have to withstand stresses, because it's a huge source of stress or resilience. And then our environment. So these are all triggers, and they're all adding to this, and there's many more. They're all adding to this funnel. They're always adding. And so at the top here, this red dotted line, this is our threshold. Now this is different for everyone. It's based on their genetics, their epigenetics, and their exposome, the exposures that they've gone through in their life. And so as these triggers get added to the funnel is our body. It's our ability to cope with stresses. Our body is always using the foundations to detox, when it goes through the funnel and it comes out the other side, the stress, whatever that stress may be, either gets detoxified if it's a chemical stress, so we get rested if it's just overall fatigue and energy stress. It gets rebuilt if our physical body, if our tissues are breaking down. It gets released if that's some kind of emotional stress, emotional trigger, and it gets transformed if that's some sort of mental trigger, mental stress. So our body is constantly trying to use the foundations and to release stress through that. And we can support our body and sort of avoid going over this threshold by supporting our foundations. But we also want to remove our triggers, because our triggers are constantly adding to our funnel. They're constantly adding to our threshold, to our trigger levels, which if they go over our threshold, we will trigger. So it's really simple. It's a really simple way to understand that the body takes in stress as a sum, because our nervous system uses what's called nociception. And nociception, it's basically a sense of our nervous system. So our nervous system is constantly sensing through everything in the body, because our nervous system is connecting everything. It connects our entire body together. And so it's always taking a sum of how much stress we're in and how much more stress we can maintain. And so this sum is basically how our nervous system feels and understands if we're safe or if we have to go into overdrive. And if we go over that threshold, then our body goes into overdrive. It triggers that migraine. It shuts off systems and it goes into rest and healing mode. As we know with migraines, it makes us shut everything down. It makes us batten the hatches. So if you haven't seen our video on the benefits of a migraine headache, this will help you kind of understand how the body is doing this to help us, to support us. And so it's a simple way. We want to make sure, it's a simple equation really. We want to make sure that we're removing our triggers so that we're not adding to our trigger levels. We know we're constantly checking in. We're throughout the day, whether that be just by stopping and asking yourself if you're connected enough, or by doing some mindfulness or some meditation or some yoga or whatever that is for you, to stop and check in and ask, how close am I to my threshold? How much more wiggle room do I have? Do I need to take it easy today? Do I need to eat some better food today? Do I need to stay away from environmental stressors or from some family that might trigger me? Or can I take on that extra task? And then, of course, we constantly want to be supporting our foundations. We want to make sure that we're detoxifying, that we're rested, that we're getting rid of emotions that are stuck inside of us. We're dealing with thoughts. We're helping our body to repair and get over stresses and build stronger from them. So let me know in the comments below. Does this make sense? Was this helpful for you? Let me know. Thanks. Hey, it's Mark from migraineprofessional.com. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe in the bottom left corner. And if you want to learn more about migraines and headaches than you've ever known before and understand what causes them, what creates them, and what you can do about them, make sure to go to migraineprofessional.com. Thanks.